So finally, we find ourselves in a top quality league position. 3 points clear, with a better goal difference, and now a run of matches that we should hopefully be able to grab some points from. There is the little distraction of some European qualifiers, but as I said last time, we're going to be rotating our team out for those games because our main focus this year is to win the damn title. Let's go one step closer today. As always though, if you have been enjoying the series up to this point, do be sure to smash the like button. Really is very, very helpful indeed. Up the algorithm ultras. Now then, today we're going to be starting off away at bottom of the league, Arendal. Now, so we've had weird times against bottom of the league sides. We've also had some very good times, admittedly, in the same breath. So hopefully today is going to be one of those good times. We've had a nice week off, no trouble there whatsoever. Who are Mulder playing while we're at it? They're at home against Christiansen, so you'd expect them to win as well. Although Lillestrøm, of course, are our biggest rivals currently, and they're away at odds. So you'd expect that they might have the difficultest of the games to be played so far. Now, we do have a run of 3 games in the next 10 days, so there's a lot of matches to be played in that period, but they are all league games, and they're relatively winnable. We've got Brann at home after this, and then odds away as well. So I think we could really start to put down a stake here before we even have the worry of any European qualifiers to come. And I'm actually not sure what competition we're even going into, honestly. It gets confusing with these summer leagues. I think it's Europa League qualifiers, but I think it's quite late on as well. So my idea would be to hopefully do the Rosenborg game later in the video as well, but it depends on how many games are in between, you know, because your boy needs a haircut later, and, well, I mean, look at the state of this. I look like an upside-down paintbrush. Slight problem we had is that Morten Torsby picked up an injury in training in midweek, as did Kawamoto, but it appears that it has not affected him one iota, and he's actually fine. However, Torsby, 4 to 5 weeks, which is a shame, but let's be honest, he's not the youngest, and we kind of figured that we might pick up a few injuries like that this season. It's almost like that's why we strengthened our midfield. And sadly, Sarriott will, of course, be missing as well due to a suspension. So we're going to have to shuffle a tiny bit. I'm a huge fan of the fact that us shuffling our team around is just like this. So we end up with Rodriguez and Nikita Tokic in the midfield instead. Oh, no, don't worry. It's only Nikolai Berntsen coming into the defense, who's really barely featured in the first team this season. He's actually become a rotation option at times. That's how good our defense has been at times this season, that Berntsen has been pushed out of the starting 11. I feel like he'll probably be back soon. Might end up winning his place off of Lewitstuen. And it's just like last season for us in a way. We need to make sure we win. We know there's going to be hiccups along the way. It's not like we're going to win every single game in today's league matches at all. We just have to make sure that we're winning more than Mulder and Lillestrøm. That's really the key. We just need to be out point scoring them over the rest of the season. I really don't think that, if I'm being honest, they're going to go on another 8-game winning streak. That was just them, with their fresh squad at the start of the season, just able to be that little bit better than everybody else. And really, it's just about us managing our squad through the season and hoping for the best. But getting victories away at teams like Arendal is the key. Coming out here, scoring a few goals, and doing our thing. And nice interception by Jonas Lewitstuen, and we keep going. Why have I started saying his name wrong again? How's this happening? Lewitstuen, Christ, Matt. He's got a couple of bodies in the box to aim for. You know, he finds them nicely. Good work there. Lisa brings it down. There's some space out wide. It's poor, actually, in the end. Getting it back again. Nice one-touch stuff. That's poor, actually. But Tokic could win this across. And it's there, and it's put it over the line. Well, that is extremely fortunate. The ball is deflected into the path of Koki Kawamoto. 10th goal of the season, all of which have been in the league. I mean, 10 in the league so far is great. That was actually really bad, because now we're in trouble. Johansson's through. Johansson can't say... Yes, he can. Well done. Johansson saves the shot for Johansson, and we're good. Whoa. Lovely for Lisa. Oh, there's loads of runs behind. And Oyaha could just pop this round the side for Rodriguez. He's in. It's off the base of the post. He's still got it, though. Could have maybe done better there, honestly, but hey, well played. I don't think he needs to take that first time. Yeah, oh, that's a shocker. Absolutely horrible tackle. And I think Halstensen's gone. It looks like it is going to be 10 men for Arendal now. And you're out of here. Yes, he's gone. Second goal is kind of important, though, because you never know. They're leaving one man up front, though, so I feel like our 3 defenders should be able to deal with it relatively easily. Tokic, can he pull it back? Sort of. Oyahaug! Oh, it's in. Never mind. Krista Oyahaug scores his first goal of the season, very similar to another goal we scored earlier this year. It is now 2-0 just before half-time, and it looks like we are going to grab another victory. Half-time, not playing spectacularly well. Possession's really been a bit of a struggle for us, considering the extra man now that we've got. I'm hoping that will change a bit in the second half. Mulder are winning, but Lillestrøm aren't, which is excellent news. Lewitstuen, really high up the pitch, goes for goal! Oh, that's a brilliant goal! It's 3-0 Tromsø. Jonas Lewitstuen from wide centre-back there, pinging one in the bottom corner on his right foot. Well done, Jonas. Great work. Okay, so drop another delivery in here. It's a nice one at the near post. Skoglund over the bar as odds lead Lillestrøm. We really are just hammering on it for one more goal here, aren't we? Tokic to Steenson. Look at the overlap here. Sibanda, Cornic. Can he just pop this across for someone? So many bodies in the box. Might go for it himself. Does. Oh, Tokic again. This time he makes no mistakes. 6th goal of the season for Nikita Tokic. Arendal 0, Tromsø 4. This train just keeps a rolling, my friends. Title. We've got to win it. Sad news, though. Lillestrøm have pulled out a late equaliser against Odds, sadly. So we are still going to extend our gap over them, but just not by quite as much as we were hoping. The gap will only stretch to, I believe, 4 points now with this current situation, and obviously 3 clear of Molde. But nevertheless, that's a hell of a situation to be in. 3 clear of our rivals, and a better goal difference. Arendal 0, Tromsø 4. Just absolutely perfect. Kawamoto, Oyhaug, Liastuen, and of course Nikita Tokic just really spread out the goals lovely in this game. So, perfect performance. Exactly what we needed. Even Johansson had a good game. This league is really starting to take shape now. 31 points from our first 12 games. This is the best start we've ever had to a season. I think we've won 10 of our first 12 matches. Drawn 1, lost 1. That's a hell of a record. Our goal difference as well is vastly better than Molde's. And of course, now we have a 4-point gap to Lillestrøm. And the key thing after that is really there's nobody else even close to the title battle. We already have a 10-point advantage over Stabæk after just 12 games. It's really only us, Molde, and Lillestrøm in the battle. And I really do feel like Lillestrøm eventually will start to slip away and it will just be between us and Molde. And look at the goal difference head start we've got on them this season. Surely this has to be the year. Which would be sad, because obviously that would mean it would be our last year at Tromsø. But still, just think of the potential elsewhere, you know? And remember, we still have to try and win a Champions League at some point in this save, obviously with the final team, so you just don't know. But here's a nice piece of news. We've got 7 players called up for the World Cup, which means there's going to be a giant gap in the middle of this episode, I suspect. But on the plus side, finally, he's getting the recognition he deserves. Jesse Rakic has 3 caps for Australia, despite being 26 years old, was Asian Footballer of the Year, and has only just finally been recognised by his national team properly to get in that damn World Cup squad. I hope he does his country proud, honestly, because he's been a hero for Tromsø over the past couple of years. Nice to see Berntsen, Liastuen, and Johansson in the World Cup squad, of course, for Norway, and Koki. Big up Koki for Japan. Tokic, nice build up again. Oyhaug. Here we go, the one-touch stuff machine's coming out now. Oyhaug. Now we're building it up. Tokic around the side, and he slots it home for 1-0 Tromsø. That's been coming. Their keeper has kept them in this match so far. He's already made about 6 saves. Brilliant from Tokic there. 1-0 Tromsø. Huge goal, but would make sense, because this is where we start to struggle. Riedland. Oh, it's been fouled, and Kivrak's gone. We're about to go down to 10 men. After all that hard work, Kivrak's about to get red carded. This is suboptimal, you might say. Oh, slips and stuff for Riedland. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. The first shot on target. It's only the second shot of the match. It's so typical, isn't it, really? It's so unbelievably typical. I mean, it's just a bit of a shame, isn't it, really? It's one of those games that should have been out of sight for us. I mean, look at the statistic. They had 1 shot in the match up until they scored the goal, literally. And we should have been miles clear of them, because we had about 7 chances in that first half. Their goalkeeper was on fire in the first half. Had a bit less to do in the second half after the red card, but the main thing is we still looked comfortably the best side on the pitch yet again. It's frustrating to drop points in a game like this, but sometimes you just kind of sat there like, what you're supposed to do. The chances are there, they don't take them. Our opposition get their only opportunity of the game and they score it. That's just going to happen sometimes. That's football. But sadly, the gap is now back to 1 point again, and Lillestrøm potentially could get back in the fight as well with their game in hand as well. So it's frustrating, because we should have been on 34 points right now, continuing the brilliant start to the season. Played fantastically well, just missed too many chances in that first half. It was a little bit embarrassing, but that's just... Koki just had one of those days, you know, where they go through on goal and they miss everything. It's just one of those things. The keeper also made a lot of saves, so really, I think he was better than... The keeper was better than Koki was bad, I suppose. But that being said, the red card was a shambles, and then conceding an equaliser out of nothing, it's just how it be. Anyway, we move. We've got odds next, which is not going to be easy, and what's the bet? We're second after that game. Slightly weaker squad in certain places today, unfortunately, but it's the best we can do. Lisa's round the goalkeeper. He's got to square it. Or never mind, he's just going to score. Odds have made a huge error there. Odds 0, Tromsø 1, handing us a goal. Lisa will take that with open big Norwegian arms. 1-0 Tromsø. Jesse Rakic missed the Tromsø. Oh, he's at the post. Oh no, please don't be the start of this again today, please. To the byline, whips it all the way to the edge, but Tokic should win this. Knocks it down. Rakic and Kornic blocks brilliantly. Rakic and he scores. Jesse Rakic. Well, he's made up for the penalty miss with that. It's 2-0. This is a massively tough one. Away at 4th place, and we're 2 goals up and have missed a penalty. This is what we needed to respond with. Some quite nice incisive passing here. Great chance. Rosengren's through. It's Johansson versus Rosengren, and it's not happening. It's odds 1, Tromsø 2. Oh god, I hope we don't regret that penalty miss. This is worrying, right? We've got to be sensible here. Just got to be sensible with this. Please pass to someone other than the 2 of you. Oh no, he's just gonna... You've got to be joking. Just one of those days for us again, apparently. Kawamoto blocked. Lisa, oh my god, surely that's not on... Oh my god, it is! It's odds what? Oh my lordy. 3-2 to Tromsø. I guess we've bailed ourselves out there, but my god, what a game. Odds 2, Tromsø 3. And you can once again see why I would have been so annoyed to be thrown those points away. Literally, their first their goal was basically their first real opening of the match. Then to give them their second goal, after all that, having missed a penalty in this game as well. And we just get it handed to us in the 94th minute through Christopher Lisa. That was some big ballsy moves there from Lisa. Bear in mind, I hadn't got a chance to turn it off of time wasting and like slowing the play down when we scored our third goal. I don't know how we even did that on time wasting, but we did. Oh, and relax. I'd say that right there is the difference between us this season and us in previous seasons. Being able to dig ourselves out of those kinds of holes is just not something we would have done before. In other, much better news, Molde didn't win away at the bottom club, and Lillestrøm conceded an 88th minute goal to Viking as well to fail to win their game too. So we moved 3 points clear of Molde, better goal difference, now 7 points clear of Lillestrøm in third spot, and 11 points clear of Stabæk in fourth. Rosenborg still languishing down in 6th place, 13 points off the top. We're in a really strong position now, and it's just starting to emerge now, us and Molde as the top two. But I want to start gapping them as well, honestly. And now, the World Cup. Well, we had a cup match against odds as well. We've had a bit of the World Cup. A couple of the players are back now from that. But we were doing our thing, kind of losing. We had a slightly, well, quite a rotated side in there, obviously, because a lot of players are missing for the World Cup and whatnot. And then in the 87th minute, well, we went behind. And then Lisa scores 2 in 2 minutes and puts us through to the semi-finals. Wasn't really expecting that, if I'm honest. But we are through, nevertheless. Even when we play like a weakened side and not really trying that hard, and I'm just sort of sat here watching it, we still ended up winning. I will play Christiansen in the semi-finals, which I think is in a couple of days. So there's a real chance we could just sort of fluke our way to a cup final this year too, without even really trying. Don't you just love it when that happens? Also, odds getting beaten again. Nice. So once more, had a cup game. Again, a lot of the squad missing. Kawamoto did return today, and since we had no league games in the near future, I figured we'd just try him out. Well, he scores a hat-trick in this one, 2 for Mourinho and a 5-0 trashing of Christensen. Turns out this was actually the quarterfinal. We now go into the semi-final, but the teams in the semi-final, you'll see this. I mean, you can see Brann, Lillestrøm on penalties. Oh, I didn't even know that Molde had equalised. So Lillestrøm go through on penalties, and then Hamkam. So it's Brann, Lillestrøm, and Hamkam in the semi-final. Imagine if we drew the second-tier side in there. We're not trying to win the cup. It's just sort of happening. We have a problem. So basically, Norway still in the World Cup in the quarterfinals, face Turkey, doing really well. The league have decided to not give us the option to postpone our game against Stabæk. And hey, look at that. Yeah, the backup goalkeeper's just got injured the day before the match. It's like deja vu. So once again, we might find ourselves in a position with no goalkeeper against... This happened last year with Stabæk too, not the goalkeeper thing. That was 2 years ago. But now we might find ourselves in a position where, once again, we're going to have to play against Stabæk in the league with a weakened side because they're all on international duty and they won't let us postpone it. This could be seriously costly, potentially with the goalkeeping situation as well. Do we have a third keeper? Not that it would have mattered because we wouldn't have been able to register them. Norway have only gone on 1 as well, so they're going to be even longer there. So Norway to the semi-finals of the World Cup, by the way, with our lads in the squad. Brilliant for them, of course, but could cost us things right now. Doesn't help that Rodriguez is also injured now, so we are a bit light at the moment. As you can see, our backline of Sarria, Skoglund, and Gomez. And of course, Borch Nash is our goalkeeper for today. Skoglund's just returned from international duty with Sweden in the World Cup. The problem is, most of our players that got called up for the World Cup were defenders, basically. We lost Berntsen, we lost Skoglund for a bit and he's only just returned. We lost goalkeeper, we lost two centre-backs and a goalkeeper. Weirdly, Lisa didn't make it into the squad, so we do still have him at least. This could be an absolute minefield today. I suspect this is going to be a case of we're going to have to outscore Stabæk, but I think we've pretty much had it in this game, and this is a real shame. Lots of runners. Teta, Kvalheim, he's going to get the shot away. And it's saved by the young goalkeeper, Borch Nash. Or back inside for Torsby. Rakic could go for goal, maybe? What a hit! Tromsø 1, Stabæk 0. Who else? But Australian hero Jesse Rakic did get a chance to play for them at the World Cup. And now it's 1-0 against Stabæk. Come on. And our young greyed out goalkeeper has actually made 3 saves so far and is on for a clean sheet. He could do one better than that other goalkeeper that time. And it's a chance now for Kawamoto this time to finish it off. And he does it. It's Tromsø 2, Stabæk 0. And we're surely now going to win again. This is really something, my friends, because Molde aren't winning and Lillestrøm are losing. We could go 6 points clear. 2 minutes to go. Come on, young keeper. You can do it. Oh, he can't. Tobias Sagstuen Andersen gets one back for Stabæk. We've got 2 minutes to go. The young keeper couldn't quite keep the clean sheet. Tromsø 2, rather. Stabæk 1. A deserved victory and then. A shame to concede the goal in the end, but the keeper did still have to make some saves in this game and we got through it. That's a really big win for us against a good side. Very good side, reigning champions technically, and we did it without a recognised goalkeeper and a lot of our defenders missing, so huge result for that. And the best news of all is, of course, Molde drew with Brahm. We now move 5 points clear of Mulder at the halfway stage. 38 points from 15 matches. We're on for like a mid-70 point season as things stand, which would surely win you any title easily. I mean, we probably could have won it with the points we had last year, but there you go. Mulder's still in for a hell of a season. They'd be still in for 66 points. So that shows you how good we are this year. Lillström now slipped 9 points from the top of the league. It really is a 2-horse race, but at the moment, we're trying our best to make it a 1-horse race. A 5-point lead, better goal difference. This is the year. It has to be. We just have to keep on going. So Norway only lost to Italy on penalties in the semi-finals, and they're in the 3rd place playoff against Belgium. And it's going to be, incredibly, Italy versus South Africa. Yes, you read that right. In the World Cup final. What a weird time to be alive. Italy, South Africa. Imagine if South Africa won the World Cup. Goal Bafana and all that. This is going to be fascinating. They couldn't quite manage it. 5-1 to Italy in the final. To be fair, South Africa reaching a World Cup final is still unbelievable scene. So fair play to them. What about Norway? They did it. Norway come 3rd. Norway won, Belgium no. They come 3rd. 3rd place at the World Cup for Norway with our players in the squad is quite an achievement. We really need them back though soon. That would be lovely. But still, what an achievement for Norway. Italy win the World Cup. Imagine if South Africa had won it though. That would have been amazing. Out of the area. Don't let them score here. They've managed to have no shots on target so far, just a couple of pot shots from range, and we've had some good opportunities so far in this game. Colombo, for God's sake. Joao Henrique Colombo, 1-0 to Bodder, and that is unbelievably against the run of play for us, and we've not managed to come from behind to win yet this season, worryingly. Build-up's looking good again. Rakic just got a slight knock here, unfortunately. Kawamoto in behind. He'll probably struggle to get the shot away from this distance. Oh, no, he won't. He can score those, though. Bodder 1, Tromsø 1. 15th goal of the season for Kawamoto. First goal in the league for a little while for him, so that's a pleasurous situation. Plus, Mulder drawing their game as well. Scooping it out wide for Cornish. That's a really nice pick out. He's got options, lots of them in fact, just has to find the right one. Steenson coming back inside. Could he go for goal? Oh, he has! That is an unbelievable effort from Berk Steenson. Outside of the right foot, top corner, Bodder 1, Tromsø 2. At the very least, we won't lose ground to our rivals today, hopefully. Come on! Well, there we go. Thoroughly deserved. The first time this season that we've come from behind in a league game to actually get the win. The Colombo goal was completely out of the ordinary. Luckily, Kawamoto with the equaliser. He missed a couple before that. And then Berk Steenson with that brilliant goal sends us to yet another important victory. And again, you can see the performances are just constantly phenomenal. We are so much better than everybody else. I still think there's only one game this year where we've not looked like the better side comfortably, and that was that game against Mulder that we still managed to win. So now, of course, we haven't played Rosenborg again since, and we've still got to play Mulder again. We did beat them both already this season, so you never know. Well, there we go. Mulder and Lillström both win 2-1 away from home. Rosenborg also win, so they're sneaking back into the battle. So we remain 5 points clear of Mulder. Better goal difference as well. And the gaps are really starting to emerge between them, of course, because Mulder have a 4-point lead over Lillström as well. We just need Mulder to drop some points in some games. But getting through games away at teams like Bodder, away at teams like Odds, those are really strong performances. Away at Rosenborg, we've won all of those. We've beaten Mulder already once this season. We've beaten Stabæk as well. The only game in the top 7 that we've actually lost to so far was that Lillström. It's still our only defeat of the season in 16 matches. 40 minutes on the clock here. Clipping it long into the channel. Nobody there. It's all good. Leah Stewart. Oh no, not again, please. You've got to be joking. Well, one again. Right, we've got to keep this move going here. Sabanda slips it through. Kawamoto's in on goal, and it's a great finish. Lovely assist from Gilbert Sabanda. We're level on 52 minutes. We're going to have to come from behind to win again if we're going to get the result here. Hopefully now, though, we've got 40 minutes to see this game through. Rodriguez. Oh, what a pick out. It's a bit deep for Kawamoto to score this, but he could still turn provider if he could wait on. And Lisa! Yes! Come on! Tromsø 2, Viking 1. Mulder are losing elsewhere, and we could stretch our gap at the top of the Eliteserien to 8 points with this win if things stand as they are. And we have. Just about deserved that victory in the end. We're having a lot of these games lately. I mean, we've done well to pull it out again. But yeah, once again, staggeringly good performance from the guys in the end. Kawamoto and Lisa turning it around. The red card for Berntsen. We managed to get it over the line in the end. I think, though, Mulder drew. So the points gap is still going to increase, but it's not as good as a defeat, though. We really are pulling results out of our arse at the moment. It really is as simple as that. Lillström do get another victory. Mulder, of course, don't. They drew 2-2 at home against Odds, and of course Rosenborg winning their game too, but the point is the gap now stretches to 7 points. We're 7 points clear at the top of the league. Mulder are just hanging on to our coattails at the moment, and we are flying. Okay, so in case you're interested, we got EK Sirius from Sweden in the Europa League. That's a hell of a season they must have had in order to qualify for the Europa League. They came 9th last season. I assume they must have won the Swedish Cup. Yes, they did. That's the perfect draw, really. We could play a rotated side and see what happens. On the side for Kawamoto. Nice little pick up there. Lisa through the middle. They're actually not going to chase him. Lisa gets it to his left, And he slots it home. Tromsø 1, Vålerenga 0. Christopher Lisa bombing in behind there. And it's 1-0 on the stroke of half time. And this time, we've actually gone in front in the game to start with. Good start to us here. Well, there we go. Tromsø 1, Vålerenga 0. Defensively stable as a rock today. Johansson had nothing to do. And with some of his goalkeeping record this season, that's sometimes a good thing. He's not had a good year. I'll talk about that more maybe in the next video. But for the moment, that's a good win. Not exactly emphatic, one of our weaker performances, but still completely dominated them in the end. And Lisa's goal was enough to give us the win. Mulder, 3-0 winners though. So there we go. 47 points already. Mulder, of course, did win 3-0 against Viking. That strike force of Hartveit Riester and Mathias and Finsen are insane. Not that ours isn't, of course, but they are really, really good. And Rosenborg win away at Lillestrøm, dropping them down the table. Rosenborg seem to have finally found themselves this year. So I thought we'd just have a quick check-in before the final live come on today's video. And that is why I wanted to talk about Mathias Johansson. You can see this year, he's arguably been the worst performing goalkeeper in the league. Now, an element of that is that teams are having to create good chances in order to score against us. And when they do, they are generally more likely to score them, it seems. But that being said, you can see that clearly we're conceding more goals than we should be. It's not entirely down to him, but he's just not really saving very much. And it does make you think that, say we didn't win the title this season, I would be a little bit worried about our goalkeeping situation, because he seems to have really stalled, even though he's playing lots of game time, he's got the right training at the moment, he seems to have just sort of stalled out in his development, and it's interesting really, but I don't know really much you can do about that. But that would be an area I would look into were we to be in a situation where we didn't win the league, because let's be honest, it could still not happen, because our task today is away at 12th place Sarpsborg. Now we're obviously due a bit of a weird one, although we did have that one against Brann, but if we can get through one more game and take us to 50 points already, Molde away at Bodø, that's not going to be super easy for them. Bodø just on the outskirts of the playoff spots, outskirts of those European places as well. Rosenborg host Kongsvinger, so you'd expect them to win that, and could in fact even go second today, were things to go in our favour there. Lillestrøm have fallen away a bit now, 12 points behind us, so I feel like they're not out of it entirely, but they're kind of out of it. We just need to keep winning. And that's what I hope we're going to do today. Apologies, though, that we didn't quite get up to the Rosenborg game. It's just because of all the stuff pushing league games further and further back. And with the Europe in there, too, we just weren't going to get it in time. But because all the gaps because of, like, the World Cups and all the international breaks, it's taken a lot longer to record than it is with just the episodes. So I hope you can understand that. The episodes, the games. I hope you understand pretty much it, really. Rodriguez is suspended. So Tokic comes in there, obviously. Subanda will come in to replace Rodriguez. Rakic there. Uyhaug there. And then Kivrak on the right-hand side, who's actually been phenomenal at the times. And then sort the bench out, and we're kind of good to go there. Kawamoto with 16 goals this season, and 10 for Christopher Lisa as well. It's gone under the radar a little bit. We've had some bids for Skoglund. He was happy to stay. Had some bids for Kawamoto. He was happy to stay. The only problem we could have is if the board try to sell them, which I am a little worried about because we're not rich or anything like that. But so far, the bids haven't been that big, really. The biggest one we've had for Skoglund was 5 million, and I feel like the board wouldn't do that. And the biggest one for Kawamoto, I think, was 9 million, which is a lot of money, but I also think he's worth way more than that. So I think we're safe for the moment, but you never know what could happen in the next 10 days. Now, of course, you remember earlier this season, Salzburg took points off of us. It happened. We know that. And we need to do better than that today. That's really our task. He's got support. Oh, what a pass. Kawamoto's probably going to get the shot blocked, isn't he? Oh, it's a poor effort. He's no longer the top scorer in the league either now. I still feel like we're a bit lucky to have so many goals elsewhere in this team, because Kawamoto, he's got 13 and 18 in the league, which is still very good. No longer the top scorer because Noah John Holm exists, but he has been off the boil a little bit lately. It's a good save again. He just seems to constantly get the shot saved now. He has underperformed his XG again, incredibly, despite the number of goals he's got. Kivrak, Kawamoto this time makes no mistake. Well, he shut me up right there, hasn't he? Sarpsborg 0, Tromsø 1, Kawamoto 17th in all competitions, 14th in the league. It's still very good. I'd like to see him get 20 though, at least. Pops it back for Tokic. He could go for this here, and it's a good save again. At least being in front allows us we're always better when we're in front. Imagine. Oh, Montiel's through. Glendis Montiel, big save from Mathias Johansson. That's really good work from Mathias. Great stuff. And we control. And Saria now has all the pitch to aim for now with these passes. Here we go. Kawamoto. Lisa might actually get this. Christopher Lisa's in. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. It's 2-0 to Tromsø. That was so brilliant. We forced them back. Made them get that long pass away. We then opened up that entire... You'll see it here. It's just perfect. It's what I've been seeing from us. Once Saria gets the ball here, it's this quick little interchange in the midfield, and then it's just away as Molde take the lead away at Bodø as well. But this is a brilliant finish from Christopher Lisa. He's really stepped up his scoring in the second half of the year. 2-0 up away in the first half. Chef's kiss. Good news, Molde just conceded an equaliser right on half-time, so we're 2-0 up. They're not. The gap could go to 9 points today. What a pass from Saria. Uyhaug's in here. Whips it across. What a goal! The pass from Saria was unbelievable. The cross from Uyhaug was brilliant. And Kawamoto smashes another one in for 3-0. Hopefully this doesn't cost us a goal, which I think it might. Uyhaug's done his best there, but there's too many bodies in there, I think. What a tackle. What? That is a perfectly normal tackle. Clattered him, did he? Looked to me like he just won the ball, but sure. Can Johansson pull off his first penalty save of the season? Not done that for us yet. No, he can't, and it's 3-1. Oh my god, that's a great pick out for Glendis Montiel. Should be too wide for anything major to happen here. Just don't concede a... Oh my god. What the hell is going on? It's Salzburg 2, Tromsø 3, out of nothing. Just absolutely nothing. Round the side for Kawamoto again. He's through. Koki Kawamoto has hit the post this time. Don't you even think about it. Don't you even think about it. What a stop. We have 5 seconds to go. It looks like it is going to be Salzburg 2. Oh, for crying out loud. Salzburg 2. There it is. Salzburg 2, Tromsø 3. Just about get that one over the line in the end. Creative output was about normal. Yeah, weird to concede the 2 goals again, but it just feels like Johansson, I don't know, he's very much underperformed massively this year. Luckily, it didn't matter as we get another win, and I don't think Mulder won. No, they didn't. Bodder 1, Mulder 1. Rosenborg win 2-0. Lillestrøm win 1-0 as well. Stabæk also winning. But the key thing is Mulder don't win. We go 9 points clear at the top of the Eliteserien. And really, I think we deserve that. I think we are definitely the best side this season. And honestly, 41 points from 19 games is still a really solid, like just over 2 points a game. Like, them and Rosenborg right above there, looking for like mid-60 point seasons, and then here's us with 50 bloody points already on the board, looking for a mid-70s at this rate. It's actually unbelievable. 1 defeat in our first 19 league games. And the key thing for me as well is getting that gap before we have the issue of having to deal with the European games. Even if they are, you know, not particularly the biggest distractions because we can rotate around them, they're still a distraction because you have to play some people in those games, and if you lose them, you get morale dips and whatnot. But the point is 5 consecutive league victories at this point since that, no, is it 6? I think it might be 6 consecutive league victories. Since the Lillestrøm loss, we've won 11 of our last 12 league games and drawn the other one. That is an insane record. I mean, honestly, I feel like we could actually have a go at Europe and still be capable of winning the title, but I do not want to risk it even when we're 9 points clear at this point. Plus, I think we could probably get through a round against a team like AK Sirius without actually having to try that hard potentially, and could still manage to fight on a different front. You never know. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, we are smashing it at the moment, drop a like. That'd be gorgeous. If we could get to like 300 again, that'd be lovely. I do appreciate it a lot. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Tomorrow though, tomorrow morning, Europa League final with Treaty United live over on stream. I say suiting up. It's going to be a bit weird like that. It's going to be fun as all hell. So I hope to see you there as well. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.